Hello everyone, today in this video we'll fight against the advanced character of our world around us, and I will comment on this what happened yesterday, so it means on the 13th of June 2025 of Christian era. Israeli attacks on the Iranian military facilities mainly, and what can we say? We can say this what was easy to be envisioned, but the results are even much more surprising than I expected, in sense that it's complete compromission of Iranian intelligence and Iranian army. Simply, all goals seem to be achieved, and the Israeli fighters were flying over Tehran as if they were flying over Tel Aviv. Simply no anti-aircraft defense, no preparation to protect the important military infrastructure, simply complete failure of the regime. As I was always saying, I really appreciate and admire Persian people due to their deep culture, long history, profound achievements, especially in terms of science. They contributed largely to Islamic golden age in terms of science, and so on and so on. But currently this regime is actually rotten from inside already, and we see the symptoms of it. And that is why these attacks, this is one of the reasons of Israeli air forces were so successful, and I think still will be successful. So one can say that the only thing we can attribute to this current Iranian regime that they really did well is that they survived despite embargo from mainly Western countries since 1979, and they maintained their country relatively functional, relatively well. They were waging for 8 years, 1980 to 1988, bloody and unnecessary war with Iraq. And they didn't collapse, they proceeded. But now we see that it's similar problem like with other BRICS countries, that despite the fact Persians managed to maintain their military infrastructure, their army, their connections to some organizations outside the country, their military power is not able to face Western military might and equipment. Simply, it collapses. It cannot outcompete. It cannot even compete with the Western equipment. This is for sure. This is what we see after yesterday and today events. So these are the conclusions. But one thing one can attribute to this theocratic Islamic Republic of Iran is that they didn't become fallen state or third world country. They maintain their own country despite embargo since 1979 in relatively good shape. But now we see that in terms of army, intelligence service, and so on, system is completely corrupted and rotten, and what's the most important, infiltrated by other powers, including Western powers and small country Israel. And now we see why they manage so well in fulfilling the goals of the military operation, which started yesterday over the Iranian territory. We will see what will happen next. And many people ask me, what do you think? Can it escalate to larger conflict? There is such possibility always, but in my opinion, as of now, it's very low because neighboring countries are not necessarily friends of Iran. As I mentioned, conflict with Iran and Iraq in 80s, still many people remember, really bloody one and unnecessary. And other countries are Sunni and they are not fan of Shias, and there are also other economical interests that are different than Iranian ones. So this country will of course say something that they are sad because of these attacks and so on, but they will practically do nothing to support Persian/Iranian regime. So I don't think something will escalate to into larger scale. I don't think so. So as of now, we will observe how successfully, Israeli air forces are fulfilling their military goals over the Iranian territory, and just we can take popcorn and observe as of now. So, all the best, have a nice day, bye.